Hello, and thanks for joining me at the world famous Beaulieu attraction, the National Motor Museum. I'm Jim Ryder, that's me top left. We visited in November and we only saw about 30 other visitors, so it's a great time to visit. Anyway, before we go any further, let's have a quick look at Google Earth to see where Beaulieu is, and then I will give you the fix, the postcode and the contact details. We will be back on the bus shortly as we take a ride down to the Abbey, but let's begin our visit in the main attraction, the Motor Museum itself. If cars and bikes are your thing, there is plenty to see. As you walk in, you are up close to a remarkable 4.5 litre Bentley. It was built in Great Britain in 1930. It would have cost £1,395 new. I can't show you each and every vehicle here, of course, but I do want to give you the flavour of the wide range of treasures you will enjoy when you visit.
Well, here's the beautiful Silver Shadow. I mean, goodness gracious. And then there's another one over here right behind it. I mean, how much is it all worth? They must be priceless, these things.
Everyone has their favourites, of course, but I find this old relic very appealing. It's an Austin Swallow. In 1968, children's author Roald Dahl adapted the 1964 story of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang for the big screen. Among the stars were Dick Van Dyke, Benny Hill and Barbara Windsor. So, as well as the working outside bus, which will take you from the front of the Static Museum down to the Abbey area, there is the magnificent RT 1808, stabled in the Static Museum and not set to head off anywhere soon. We'll come back to the main vehicle display soon, but now we are going to hop on the bus to take us along to the Abbey and Palace. Making regular journeys between the Brabazon restaurant and Palace House, this replica 1912 open-topped London bus invites you to climb aboard for a gentle and nostalgic ride through the grounds between the two on-site bus stops. The Abbey at Beaulieu was founded in 1204 by King John. Abbeys abounded in England during the medieval period and accommodated monks, friars or nuns. Popular opinion now is that in conversation with King Henry VIII, probably in 1534, Thomas Cromwell, whom the king had taken as first minister, advised the king that the monasteries were writing their own take on what was commonly happening in them. They were trying to please Rome. The truth, in reality, was that children were being taken in and used as servants rather than being educated in some way. The monasteries had pledged that they would behave kindly to children, and whilst some were, many were not doing that. Henry wanted to break away from Rome and was encouraged in that by Thomas Cromwell, a very clear-thinking man. Henry saw no reason for himself not to have his own Church of England. He could then please himself how he used that as a power and a marriage tool. He wanted a male heir. Now here we have an old garage workshop laid out. It's probably pre-World War II or 1950s, I guess. Past the pumps. The commentaries by Beaulieu are very well done and come on automatically when you pass a trigger.
The hobnails from the horses and the tyre valves leak as well. Well, that's about it, I think. Oh, round the back.
This can present a problem if you are making a video and want to record a voiceover, as we are just about to see.
Taken into the garage for recharging.
Damaged tyres is nothing new, of course, but that's due to the bad state of the roads. There was no mention of potholes in those days. It all looks a bit messy, just the way things were in the 40s and 50s. I tried to do a voiceover at this point, but it was not to be. Again, we can notice that because this is a midwinter visit, there aren't many people here.
Country garages ran a local bus service, taking villagers into town or to the station.
Well, I'm going to attempt a voiceover here, but there's a lot of recorded voices.
Any purchase on this for this tiny little spanner there? Have you got that half-inch Whitworth you made with a longer handle there? There?
This is the garage staff are talking as well. So
Dad,
anyway,
where are you? You gonna be very long?
You can gain a sedate view of just about the whole of the attraction from above on the Sky Train. It's a mile-long monorail and, as Beaulieu proudly tells us, the oldest in England. Now we are entering the roof of the main museum. In winter, visitors can enjoy their own space as they view the magnificent collections. Little Beaulieu is a climbing and activity space for children to blow off a bit of steam. An informative commentary tells us the stories behind the many things you will see on your journey. With a north and a south station, the monorail runs at frequent intervals throughout the day and is a fun way to explore the attraction. As you can see here, there is a flight of stairs for you to climb to reach the North Station platform, the start point of your ride. You can ride as many times as you like during your visit. And here we are, back at the North Station, our start point, after about 10 minutes. Palace House was once the gatehouse of the medieval Beaulieu Abbey. It has been the Montagu family home since 1538. It was remodelled and extended during the 1800s and is now a fine example of a Victorian country house. If you have an interest in English history, the palace is the place to visit as much as the Motor Museum itself. On view are these robes worn by the Baron Montagu at every coronation since 1821. There are two maids on duty today, Harrison, the nursery maid, and Patterson, the housemaid. In a moment, Harry, as she is called below stairs, is going to show us what's happening in the kitchen. Oh, the bells, and the Halloween pumpkins.
Where do we go to get to the kitchen, Alistair?
Sometimes a cook works in the kitchen preparing meals for upstairs residents still living in the palace.
Meal laid out, ready for preparation here, with pumpkins. Rather large pumpkins.
We will be preparing for Christmas. We had Halloween, and so there was lots of things going on. Lady was making crab apple jelly. So now that's gone, we're going to be preparing soon for Christmas. So the range does work and it does get used. So there's paper already in there, ready to be lit to go. We do cook on this. Quite often we do scones or biscuits. This is a Victorian bread oven. And Lord Montagu's cook, Dina, she makes beautiful bread and sells it to us. We're drying chilies at the moment. All the vegetables that come into here come from our gardens. Now the bells, everyone, like the servants, had their own bells to answer. So they knew by the tone of the bells which one person that they had to answer. They had 10 minutes to answer the bells. If they were late answering the bells, they would have had their wages docked. So as you can hear, they have different tones. They're no longer on the pulleys, so you can do it.
So, what do you think of that? Have you heard anything like that before? No, I never have.
Can you hear them? They're very distinct, some of them. There would have been the cook and two maids, and in here they did have two scullery maids. I can assure you, other than the cook, they would be racing out the kitchen to answer the bells.
Absolutely.
So it was only those that were dressed like a footman, or maybe, that could answer the sort of bells.
So the housemaids would have been down here working with the cook.
The house, the maids and the women. Yes, it was 35 and all staff, I think.
I need to think where you got to.
So would you like to tell me anything quickly in about a minute about anything that's going on here, or yourselves, or why you're not volunteers, are you? You're paid.
No, we're paid.
No, we're probably
jolly
paid up
good.
maids.
We're paid up maid.
We are. I'm Patty, and this is my friend Harry.
Oh, Patsy and Harry.
I'm housemaid. Harrison looks after the children.
Oh, I see.
We're just rehearsing because we've been asked by Mrs. Chadwick, the housekeeper, to perform
a
to
soiree.
some guests.
Oh, soiree.
She knows we like to sing a little bit, don't we?
And is this the music?
And Harry's very accomplished with her instruments, and I like to do a little bit of singing. So she said we were allowed, as it was near Christmas, to do a little bit of performance.
A little bit of tomfoolery.
A little bit of, was that what she said? Tomfoolery, yeah, a little bit of performance.
Lovely.
I'm going to play my baran, because I used to play
Your what?
baran.
Oh,
It's
baran.
an Irish drum. So I'm just going to pretend.
A tum, yeah.
Can't do it on a book, it doesn't sound the same.
Which song do you want to...
Gather up the pots in the old tin can, the mash and the corn, the barley and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep the smoke from rising, Barney. Swing to the left now, swing to the right, the excise man will dance all night. Glory be to Paddy, drinking at night in the hills of Connemara. Gather up the pots in the old tin can, the bash and the corn, the barley and the bran. Run like the devil from the excise man, keep a smoke from rising, Barney.
Well done, Harry. She's very talented, isn't she?
Children, I must say.
Very talented. Well, we hope it'll be entertaining. The boy I love is up in the gallery. The boy I love is looking now at me. There he is, can't you see, waving his handkerchief, as merry as a robin that sings on a tree.
Oh, very good.
Oh, that's warmed up, yeah.
You can sing this as well. She's got the most beautiful.
Well, as I said at the beginning of this short video, the aim is not to show you everything, but to encourage you to come along and see things for yourself. And do come in the winter where you will not be in a crowd. So finally, to round off this production, here are a few more spectacular items. Thank you so much for joining me on this visit, and I hope you have enjoyed my selection of things to enjoy at Beaulieu.
Well, we know what this one is. Well, it's cost £26 each, so £52 for us to be here, us being the wife, Linda, and me. What a wonderful place. I mean, look at the beauty of all these vehicles. Absolutely